Hello guys, welcome back to algebra class. And this time, I will go over this solving absolute value equations. And so there's a one student who actually messaged me through Google Classroom. So Brian, actually this video is for you because I thought 2-1 should be my last video for you guys. But since I know that there are some students who take math seriously, I'm more than happy to I'm happy to help you. So here's a lesson that maybe can help you for your future lesson here. Okay. So today I will go about the absolute value equations. Now before I go over this, you might want to write this on somewhere. So in the space. So what is absolute value? So let's say what's the absolute value of -2? You know absolute value is a distance from 0. So if you put negative number here, there's a 2 units away from 0, so I get +2. But even if you put +2 into the absolute value, that still gives you +2. So do you see negative and positive, they both give you like +2? That's the special property of the absolute value. So you will usually have two solutions. So that's what this one is. So let's do this. Find the solution to the absolute value equation. So what you have to do is, if you want to solve it, as I said, you're going to have two solutions. So first, you want to get rid of this absolute value. So if you take it out, as I said here, you will always have two solutions, one for positive, one for negative. So that's gonna give you positive or -2. Okay, so this always gives you two options: x minus 3 equals +2, or x minus 3 equals -2. And only thing that you have to do is to solve for x. So I'm gonna do +3 both sides. So you get x equals +5. For this one, you're gonna do +3 both sides. You will get x equals +1. So try question on the right by yourself. So pause the video. So that's what you're supposed to get, okay? And obviously, you will actually do a bit more advanced questions, such as this one, okay? So again, if you do not understand what that means, just think about this. Absolute value of x, let's say this one is equal to 3. So what value of x can give you 3? X can be either +3, because that's going to give you +3, or x can be -3. So that's why most of the time, we're going to have two solutions, okay? Not always. And you're going to see that case in the backside of this note. So how can you do this question in that case? This one just requires extra algebra. That's about it. So let's say this one is equal to positive or -2. So if you divide this one into 2, you're going to get 2x plus 4 equals +2. Or 2x plus 4 equals -2. Now, if you solve it, you get 2x equals 2 minus 4 is -2. And if you divide each number by 2, you get x equals -1. And here, you get the same thing. You do -4 both sides. You get 2x equals -6. Therefore, if you divide each number by 2, you're going to get x equals -3. So just like this one, at this point, pause the video and try this question by yourself. And here's your reference, okay? Now, we are going to do some advanced questions. So that's more advanced questions, but it's gonna be the same thing. Question says find the solution, right? So let's do algebra. First, you cannot get rid of this absolute value because there are two numbers that bothers you. So you have to get rid of them first. So first, I'm going to do minus 20 both sides. That disappears, so I get negative 2. Absolute value of x minus 5 is equal to negative 22 because I combined these two. Now I have to get rid of this. There's a hidden multiplication sign here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by negative 2. So that disappear. You get absolute value of x minus 5. And that is going to be equal to positive 11. Remember, before you get rid of this one, the other side should be positive. Otherwise, you're going to have undefined solution. Okay? So if you take this absolute value away, just like previous question, now you're going to get positive negative 11. And you know, now you're going to have a two option. And what you have to do is you have to do plus 5 both sides. So you're going to get x equals 16. If you do plus 5 both sides, you're going to get x equals negative 6. Now, you will probably ask, why am I going too fast in this video? That's only because I do not want to make like 30 minutes video. So since it is a video, you can always pause it or you can watch it again or replay it, whatever you want. That should help you, okay? That's the reason that I'm going over fast, okay? So please don't hate me. So now we're gonna do the questions with extraneous solution, okay? So extraneous solution, what is this one? Have you ever heard about this? This one, if I make it simple, I will probably say a fake answer, okay? Or fake solution, which means x, you find x values, you get two of them, and you think those are the answer, but sometimes they are not the answer. So that's the problem, okay? So let's see how that works. First, now we have an equation. Step number 1, we have to isolate it. But as you can see, these questions are already isolated, right? So I don't have to do step 1. So we can go straight to step 2, which I have to do is you have to undo absolute value equations and then solve it. So since I don't have anything in the step number 1, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take this one out now. So I will have x plus 3 equals. Now, do you see I have x on the other side with another expression? So I'm going to have positive negative, but I'm going to put this one inside the parenthesis. Plus 9 plus 2x, like that, okay? So just like before, you're going to have a 2. Number 1 is x plus 3 equals 9 plus 2x. You're going to write this one as it is, like plus, okay? The other one is going to be negative 1, which means x plus 3 equals, you flip the, because of this negative, you flip the sign. So instead of positive 9, I'm going to put negative 9. Instead of positive 2, I'm going to put negative 2x. And only thing that you have to do is to solve for x. So let's do it. Always get rid of x first. So I'm going to do minus x both sides. That disappear. You get 3 equals 9. 2x minus x is equal to just plus 1x. So I will just put plus x. And here, if you do minus 9 both sides, you're going to get x equals 3 minus 9, which you will get negative 6. And here, same thing, you just solve for x. I will probably do plus 2x both sides, only because I do not want to deal with negative number. So x plus 2x, you're going to get 3x plus 3 is equal to, you're going to get negative 9. And minus 3 both sides, that disappear. So you have 3x equals negative 9 minus 3 is negative 12. And if you divide by 3 both sides, you're going to get x equals negative 4. So here, we got two solutions for x. And now what we have to do is we have to plug this number into here and see if we have extraneous solution. So watch what I do. First, let me copy this one down. So it's going to be absolute value of x minus 3, x plus 3. Yeah, x plus 3 equals 9 plus 2x. And what I'm going to do is let me substitute negative 6 here and see if it works. So absolute value of, let me copy this one down, 9. So instead of x, I'm going to put negative 6 plus 2. Instead of x, now I'm going to plug in negative 6. And see if these two numbers are going to be equal to each other. So negative 6 plus 3 is going to be equal to negative 3. So I have absolute value of negative 3 equals 9. 2 times negative 6 is going to be negative 12. Okay. Now, absolute value of negative 3 will become positive 3. 9 minus 12 is negative 3. But oops, these two are not equal to each other. So this cannot be the answer. So that's the extraneous solution. Now let's check about negative 4. Ooh, I think I wrote it too big, so I think I have to flex it. But since you are just using paper, you know you cannot flex it, so just use your space wisely. So I'm going to do the exactly same thing, but this time instead of x, now I'm going to plug in negative 4. So let's see if it works. And you always have to check, because sometimes you're going to have no solution if both of them does not match. I don't think I gave you any question that has no solution, but just in case, that can happen. So let's do it. Negative 4 plus 3, you're going to get absolute value of negative 1 equals 9. 2 times negative 4 will give you negative 8. And absolute value of negative 1 will just become positive 1 equals 9 minus 8 is 1. 1 equals 1. Gotcha. So our solution to this one is going to be x equals negative 4. We have only one solution, and that's it. So you might want to ask, Mr. Kim, why you did not check answers here? Well, I'll tell you why. We don't see x on the other side. In that case, you're not going to have extraneous solution. But if you look at this question, do you see x on both sides? Then you're going to have an extraneous solution. Okay? So that's the difference. So do you see this question? You have an x on both sides. So is here. That's the reason. All right? So let me go over these questions. I don't necessarily have a practice questions in this note because I gave you extra paper for the practice. I'm not sure if I'm going to make videos for that, but let's see what happens. So let's do this one. Now, do you see we have absolute value on both sides? So you may think, do we have to check like 4 times? Not really, because supposedly you have to, but I know, I'll just tell you the hack. 2 answers are going to be exactly the same no matter what. So technically, what you can do is you just get rid of this 2, all of this, and write it down like this. 2x minus 3 equals, and the other side is still positive negative 5 minus 4x. That's what you can do. And it does not really matter which side you get rid of, which side you put positive negative. But I usually put this on the right side because that's what I did here, okay? So let's do it. This one is going to be 2x minus 3 equals, I write as it is, 5 minus 4x. Or the other one is 2x minus 3 equals, so positive 1, I write as it is. For negative 1, I flip the sign. So instead of positive 5, I'm going to put negative 5. Instead of negative 4x, I'm going to put positive 4x. Okay? So let's do it. Let's solve for x. Plus 4x both sides. 2x plus 4x, you're going to get 6x minus 3 equals 5. And I'm going to put plus 3 on both sides. Oh my goodness, you're going to get fraction for this. So you're going to get 6x equals 5 plus 3 is 8. And if you divide by 6 on both sides, you're going to get x equals, what's the 8 divided by 6? 4/3, okay? Now let's do this one. I might have to use Desmos for this one because I don't want to do this by hand. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. I didn't even leave space for the thing. Okay, so here, let's do this. I'm going to do minus 2x both sides because I don't want to deal with negative numbers. So I'm going to get negative 3 equals negative 5. 4x minus 2x is plus 2x. And plus 5 on both sides. You're going to get 2 equals 2x. And if you divide by 2 on both sides, you're going to get x equals 1. So we have two solutions, and now we have to check it. Again, now I really have to resize them. Maybe here, like about this size, okay? Oops. So here, now, let me use Desmos. So here, I'm gonna copy this one down. So absolute value of 2 4/3 minus 3 should equal to 5 minus 4 4/3, okay? And the other one, it's the same thing. I have to put absolute value of 2 1 minus 3 equals 5 minus 4 1. So here, I will show you how to use Desmos for this one, okay? Although there are some ways that you can do without even showing this, but here. Absolute value, 2 parentheses 4/3, oops, minus 3. And the other one is what? Absolute value of 5 minus 4 parentheses 4/3. And parentheses and close it. Now, do you see these two are exactly same thing here? They are equal to each other. So, yep, that's a solution. What if I put 1? So here, I don't have to rewrite everything. I'm just changing this 4/3 into 1. Are they equal to each other? Gotcha. Yeah. So in this case, we have two solutions. So x equals 1 and 4/3. So we're happy right now because of this. And we have the last question to go over here. So let's see what happens here. So very simple. First, we have to isolate this one, which is step number 1 here. So how can I get rid of 1/2? It's same. You just multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2 both sides. So that disappear. I have absolute value of x minus 4 equals, let's distribute 2. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times negative x minus 2x. Now, as you can see, it is isolated. So what I can do is I can get rid of this. So I get x minus 4 is equal to positive negative 6 minus 2x. Well, you guys can kind of tell that now you can skip this one, right? And make sure you use your space wisely because I know you guys will not have enough space. So it's going to be x minus 4 equals 6 minus 2x. 1 I write as it is. X minus 4 equals, for the negative, you flip the sign. So I get negative 6 plus 2x. And then only thing that you have to do is solve for x. So let me go over quickly here. You might want to pause the video and do it by yourself. Oh gosh, I have another fraction. And divided by 3 both sides, I get x equals 10/3. For here, minus x, so I get -4 equals -6 plus x. By the way, guys, this is an excuse, but I did not make this question. I just got these questions from Carnegie, so blame them. So I got two answers here, but obviously we gotta check the answer. So I will resize everything here. So let's put this one into decimals, okay? Now, when you're putting into decimals, make sure you put these numbers into decimals, okay? So it's gonna be 1/2. Instead of x, I'm gonna put 10/3 minus 4 equals 3 minus parenthesis 10/3, like that, okay? And the other one, as you know, it's the same thing. Copy, paste. Only thing that I have to do is instead of 10/3, I have to write 2, because that's what I got here, okay? So let's put it into the decimals and see if they are equal to each other. So first one, I'm gonna put 1/2 absolute value of parenthesis 10/3 minus 4. That's it, right? Instead of absolute value. And second one is a 3 minus parenthesis 10/3. So see, one is positive 0.33, the other one is negative 0.33, so that's not gonna be the answer. Let's say what happened if I put 2. So instead of 10/3, I'm gonna put 2. Here, instead of this, I'm gonna put 2. 1 and 1, gotcha. So our solution is x equals 2. So, and that's about it. So I hope this video helps. And yeah, Brian, you inspired me to do this, so kudos to you. And I know there are so many students who are trying hard, so make sure you do the work and result will follow. That's it, guys. I love you guys. Bye.